Hey, Valentino here. On our way to a sector, I have discovered a planet full of furries. Studied them and now I am ready to make a tier list on how useful their abilities are. Now, before you say anything, this is on my purely sophisticated fact on how their abilities work. Let me run through my research on Biomutant.
Welcome to Biomutant.
Sorry about that. Now to the bottom of the tier list. Here we have the Turtleform. Seems kind of useless as it only makes you slide down the slope. Can't shoot or attack while sliding. It deals no damage when in contact with enemies, but at least it makes you a student of a great rat. D tier. Blink. Fun to use at first, but I realized that the energy cost is too much, deals only little damage. The dash ability is better in Blaze. D tier. Next is Bile. Does decent damage when enemies approach the affected area. Can be spammed to make the damage area wider. Problem is that enemies don't stay in one place for long, and there are better status effect guns out there. While in the air, puking on enemies makes them possessed with the vomit. C tier. Storm Hop, decent damage and huge AoE. Bit spammable too, but startup is a bit weird that if you get hit the ability is cancelled. Even when you are airborne you can still get hit by a melee enemy or the large ones. It launches small enemies in the air when used higher. B tier. This one is the Explode A Fireflies, or Rad Wisps. Really nice homing ability that hits multiple targets and applies 80 buff to. Travel speed of the wisps are a bit slow, and when hit by an enemy the ability must be recasted, which wastes more energy. Very useful in the early game as bio points cost are low. B tier. Have you ever wanted to make others dance for you? Now you can with the Moth mouth ability. Just apply once and see it ricochet on enemies as they plunged themselves into chaos. They don't know why they did it. Is it the moths themselves? Who knows, but one thing is for sure, you are the bane of apocalypse. B tier. Mud Punch, deals huge damage and knocks smaller enemies airborne. Big enemies also get staggered. B tier. Sizzle Ball is just before Spark Ball because choosing Psy-Freak class unlocks the skill immediately. They work almost the same and they only apply different buffs. They are top A rank because they have low energy cost, and can have high DPS once spammed. Can also be acquired very early. Also, a good bonus is you can praise the sun, show them your dominance in this menacing pose. A tier. Freeze, allows for stun debuff on enemies and leaves a slippery area that makes smaller enemies slide. Cannot permafrost debuff the enemy though, and larger enemies are not affected by slide. Decent damage and has great crowd control and can refill health quickly with the perk, Brain Drain. Cannot freeze water though, but when used high enough you can replicate the Frozen Throne. A tier. Want to play your inner Sith? Well, better go to your nearest shrine and start worshipping. Feel the force within you. Picking up enemies and throwing them is so much fun. Guarantees insta-kill when thrown into water. Cannot pick up large enemies though and has low damage, but makes it up for the stagger. A tier. Sky Spark, an orbital laser that deals the largest single damage of all abilities. Only in the bottom A tier because it can only be casted outside and can't move while channeling. But this ability makes you a badass. Turn around and cast while looking back. A tier. Now moving on to the next ability. Must be system malfunction. Sorry about that. Anyways, the next ability is Mucus Bubble, gives the player utility and defensive options. It lets the player jump higher, which they can reach areas easier, and after some testing, sprinting while in Mucus bubble kind of makes you move faster. The defense part is broken, as it makes you invincible to melee damage of any kind but can still get hit by ranged projectiles. Approaching smaller enemies makes them stick to you and can be released to throw them away. This one works like a multiple carry telekinesis. S tier. Flame Parts or Blaze is a better dodge ability overall. As of recent update, it seems that Blaze does more damage, or is it just me? It also makes distance shorter, and the fire trail does apply debuff and little tick damage. See them burn in your hell. Easily spammable, and you can create questionable things. You can also add freeze while blazing, a fire so cold. S tier, you see that face. Break It, one of the most shattered ability in the game, Key Spark, deals high DPS and can attack multiple enemies. Even when interrupted, the cast is quick and low energy cost. Paired with Mucus Bubble, you turn yourself into a Tesla coil that sticks helpless mutants in the bubble and put someone in the oven. Roll like cinnamon, also heals very fast with a brain drain ability. S tier. The Shroom ability, or Fungi, low cost for travel and offense defense ability. Once used multiple times, and when a small enemy steps into one, you will see them flying from one mushroom to the other. Since it stays for a long time, multiple enemies will eventually step on it and they would be free for the player to be air comboed. Works great for traversing too, especially when paired with Blaze. S tier, Levitate, for many is just a skill to cross through, and probably useless for many. Instant D tier, but, after searching in the cosmos, I have found the true purpose of Levitate. It is a skill that needs to be combined with others to become more fun. It transcended me, knowing that your character can really actually fully levitate into the sky. You can really go out of bounds with this one, and the only limit is your energy. Also when paired with the rifle jump skill, jump twice, activate Levitate, then the gun button, it will make you travel at a speed of sound, and probably makes the mount useless. Doing the same with the dual pistols works too, but slower and more elevated. My conclusion: no more long loading screens. Smoking Sexy S tier. And now for the This Is Not the Script. Who wrote this? This is imprecise.
Captain, all ships are on 70% readiness.
No time to lose. Ready the sustained burn. I got drugs to smuggle.
Will do, Captain.
Long ago, the nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Biomutant attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named
Momo.
And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe
Momo
can save the world.